Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Mama, please don't worry about me, 'cause I'm about to let my heart speak. My friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Back and forth with the bullshit. I know I said it before, I don't mean it. It's been a while since I had your attention, so it might hurt to hit it. Don't ever fall away. We can't leave them if we stay the same. And I can't do this for another. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Mama, please don't worry about me, 'cause I'm about to let my heart speak. My friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business.
What's up, Josh? Don't forget to unmute your mic, my friend.
Oh, that's right.
There you go.
We got to kick off the stream right with some sort of issue, don't we?
Of course.
Man, it's good to see you.
You too. I'm a little sweatier than normal. Not because it's hot in Berlin, just because I've been working out a bit too close to the stream. So yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, you were doing some exercise, is what you're saying.
I was. Yep.
You're getting the pre-stream pump, as it were.
Getting psyched. Yeah.
I was doing a bunch of running around as well, but it wasn't to be healthy. I was just way behind schedule and everything. But we are here now with some super exciting things to talk about. I mean, this is big news. What do you think about the news we're about to talk about, Rob?
This is serious business.
Dude, that was awesome. That was awesome. Yeah. I mean, we're going to wait a little bit for sort of latecomers to straggle in to see, just to make sure we hit as many ear holes as we can. But big news in the stream today. We're going to talk about the contest of The Business by Tiësto. We're going to talk in depth about it, what it's all about. We're going to talk about the prizes because the prize pool is insane and some really coveted items on there that I think most people are going to want their hands on and to be a part of. We're also going to talk about a number of the plugins from the Plugin Boutique bundle that's going to be a part of the grand prize for the remix competition. And Rob, for those who don't know, is our presenter on most cases and most live streams these days. He does a great job, so we have him here, and he's actually going to run through a number of the plugins from that bundle. And actually, I believe, Rob, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you're actually going to showcase kind of how you use those specific plugins in a remix of The Business.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I basically just took the vocal stem in, chopped it up a tiny bit, did a few bits of looping, and then I built a whole track around that, basically. And yeah, just use the instruments from the prize pool.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so we're going to do that. Rob's going to do that, primarily Rob, because that's his thing. That's what he does. He does a great job at it. We're also going to play our in-house producer remix of The Business as well, and we're going to walk through the Ableton Live project for that. We've just brought a friend of mine from many years ago called Alan Walls, the super producer Alan Walls, if you will. He's now pretty much a part of the team, and we had sent him the stems ahead of the launch of the remix contest to kind of show, so we could showcase what is possible. And he did such a great job that his music was actually used in some of the promotional material from some of the contest partners, like the Beatport socials and stuff like that, used his remix. So it's a really, really top-notch remix. And he used Loopcloud to start the idea, and he really utilized Ableton Live to its fullest. So we got a lot to talk about there. We're going to walk through the Ableton Live project. We're going to walk through the various Loopcloud project files that he sent, that he used to start different elements or different parts of the track. And we are also going to talk about giving away some stuff, Rob.
What are we giving away?
I mean, so it's kind of our thing when Rob and I get together, that we are generous with people who are active in the chat and watching the stream. So today we're actually going to be giving away quite a few things. We're going to give 5 people 500 points to use in the Loopcloud store. Awesome. So samples, loops, whatever you want, galore. And we're also going to be giving away a copy of Bassmaster, a copy of KHORDS, and a copy of Scalar 2.
Wow.
And yeah, so we've got a bunch to give away. We've got a bunch of great content to cover. The giveaway will be scattered throughout the stream, so just stick around. And whenever I give it a shout out that we're going to be giving something away, just get active in the chat. Make sure to hit the like button. It helps us with the YouTube algorithms, and it helps us keep these things going. So lots of winners along the way and lots of great information. So let me just see how many people are watching. We've got a good amount in the chat already. The community's there. The community is strong. And all of the links I'm about to talk about, or at least the important links for the contest, are already in the video description. But our team member, Simon, is in the chat as well, and he'll be posting the links to certain things along the way. But I think it's best if we just go ahead and get started. Rob, what do you say?
I think we should do it. Yep. Let's get down to business.
Yeah.
I've heard that quite a lot of times today. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So the remix challenge is this. You get to remix The Business from Tiësto. And this track, the original, has had over 500 million streams worldwide. So this isn't someone you've never heard of. It's Tiësto. It's a track that's been heard by, what's that? A 20th of the population on Earth has heard the track. But it's not only The Business. It's actually The Business and The Business Part 2, which is a remix with Dolla. And when you click the download to get the stems, you actually get both tracks, full stems at your disposal. So you get the drums, the synths, the vocals, everything, and you could do whatever you want with those to make your remix and produce your vision of it, of The Business. So I believe Alan actually used elements or vocals from both versions, so that's going to be cool to show. And the winner, Rob, is going to get things that I want personally. There are going to be 5 winners total, and the grand prize includes an official release on Atlantic Records, which is one of the biggest labels there is. And once you're in the door, generally, as long as you keep making the hotness, it's always a good look. You're going to get your remix included in Tiësto's Club Life radio show, a pair of Barefoot Footprint 01 monitors. Now, these monitors are the definition of professional. Just the pair is valued at over $3,000. They're nice. I want them. It's too bad I can't enter this. Not that I don't think I would win, but my goodness. You're also going to get 12-month Loopcloud Pro subscription, a bundle of plugins, which we'll talk about in a minute from Plugin Boutique, a 12-month Beatport Link Pro Plus subscription, which Beatport Link is absolutely phenomenal if you haven't been following along there. That in combination with the new DJ app, I mean, there's no competition there for what that's going to be able to do for DJs. So definitely check that out even if you don't get to win here, because it's absolutely phenomenal. We're going to get a Roland Versalab MV1, a sub-packed bundle with the X1 and the C1 Pro wireless. This is the thing you put on you to feel bass. Okay, insane technology. I've not yet been able to use one because I'm stuck here in a remote location in Brazil, but it's something I want to check out. You're going to get the AI TMA2 headphones. Again, high-quality headphones you want in your studio. 12-month Algorithm DJ Pro AI subscription. A Rolly Luma Keys Studio Edition. Again, Rolly, nothing but quality there. And $100 to spend in Beatport. So that prize package alone is over $7,300.
Crazy. Every time we do these, the prizes just get bigger.
It's getting bigger and bigger, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there are 4 other winners for the contest, but the lists of prizes are super long there as well, so I'm not going to go into them. There is a link in the description if you want to check out the full list, and definitely do, because if you want motivation to get in and get started, this is definitely something you want to check out. Now, on top of that, Loopcloud, which is our sister company, part of the group, are going to be giving people exclusive content to help get them started with the remix competition. So if you don't have Loopcloud yet and you sign up today, you're going to be getting your choice of one of 4 different genre sample packs that were handpicked exclusively for this project. You're going to be getting a free VST from Plugin Boutique. You can redeem it there, but it's going to be through Loopcloud. Right now, it's Dubstation 2 from Audio Damage, which is a really fantastic delay that Rob and I have actually covered in a different video. But that will be switched out fairly soon. But free VST is always a good look, no matter what it is. You're also going to be getting 100 points to use in the Loopcloud store, and some other thing. Let me just make sure my list is right here. And Simon, if you want to post in the chat the link to the Loopcloud landing page. Not only this is where you're going to get the stems on the loopcloud.com site. That's where the only place you can get the stems, but this is where you can sign up and get the free 30-day trial. We got a couple Tiësto Loopcloud drum presets as well that are exclusive for people who sign up, and these are actually using some of the samples from Tiësto's personal library, so you can use those in your remix if you wanted to. There's a gigabyte Loopcloud welcome pack on top of that. And just obviously the absolute power of Loopcloud with over 4 million sounds to help get you started. And the cool thing about this is the remix that Alan's done, which we're going to play in a second, Rob, if you want to go ahead and cue that up, actually uses only samples and some sampler instruments from Ableton Live. So it's really going to showcase what you can do with Loopcloud, because it was completely started in Loopcloud. And I mean, the idea was solid in Loopcloud, and we brought it in and put the polish on it. Sounded absolutely fantastic. So the power of Loopcloud compels you. So if you don't have it yet, you should. And I think that's pretty much it in terms of getting started here. Yeah, if you want to go ahead, Rob, and pull up the remix and show people, or just let people hear it, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. I think that's a good place to do that right now.
we don't want to have a sexy promo vid first, or is that coming later?
Oh, you can do. Oh, you know what, Rob, you're right. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's do sexy promo vid.
Yeah.
But while the sexy promo vid is playing, we're going to pick one lucky winner in the chat to get 500 Loopcloud points. So while this promo video is playing, guys, if you're active in the chat, hit the like button. My friend Simon's going to pick one lucky winner, which we'll announce at the end of the stream to get 500 Loopcloud points. Go ahead, Rob. Roll that.
Nice.
Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business.
There it is.
There it was. A really hyped video there. It looks really good, so that's why we showed it.
Yeah.
Just a fan, I believe that was Atlantic that actually provided that to us, or one of their contacts. But I liked it a lot, so I figured we'd share it on the video here.
Yeah, nice.
But I think it's time to show Alan's project off. If you want, Rob, are you ready to do that?
Yeah. Shall I play it and then we'll come back to you and you can talk about it a bit?
We'll talk about it after you play it. I think that's a good idea.
Okay. Switch it over. Here it is. Let's check it out.
Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business.
Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Girl, you've been on my wish list. Way more than bad, you vicious. Pussy clean, delicious. Won't doubt it, I know you bout it. Bodega, she like my outfit. Oh boy, no, can't be around it. When it's big business, I hit my accounting. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business.
Nice.
Awesome.
Let's get down.
Yeah, big ups to Alan Walls. We're going to leave his Spotify in the chat and in the description after the video. You should definitely check him out. This kid's going to do big things straight out of Mexico City. Does not mess around. Brings it large every time. Big shout out to Alan Walls. A couple of things about just it's still a banger, Rob. Just hearing the audio through your headphones into the microphone, through over the oceans and into my my earbuds here. It's still a banger. Yeah. And also I love your reaction, your face, like when you're just
doing bass face.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Nice. So just as I already alluded to, the project kind of really stands out because it's all samples. It's all done with samples from either Alan's library or primarily Loopcloud, and then the originals a cappella. And you'd be hard pressed to try to find any one of those samples in Loopcloud. One, because there's over 4 million sounds, but also he's done so much processing and manipulation that he's made them his own. And he's used Loopcloud to its full potential here, and that's why we wanted to showcase it on the stream. He didn't need a ton of fancy plugins. Obviously, we're Plugin Boutique. We love plugins, but you don't need them to get started. Really, all you need is your Loopcloud subscription just the drive and artistry to make a slamming remix. I mean, this is a really great track and a really great example of that, in my opinion. And while you're in the project, Rob, I don't know if you want to switch back over. I don't know if you're showing me on screen or not, but
yeah, it's back on. It's back on. You're on the screen, but the project's on the screen as well. So.
Oh, wonderful. So it's just some things I want to point out here that I really liked about the project, and that was the kick groups. Alan, I've been collaborating with Alan for I think 5 years, no, even longer. In every project that Alan sends out, there is a kick group. There's never just a kick in the project. He takes multiple elements, multiple levels, multiple textures, and puts them together to make the Alan Walls kick. And he's done it here, and he's actually done it twice. He did it for like the sort of intro, the bassy, low tempo intro, and then the drop. And it's just that sort of craftsmanship shines. Everybody knows Skrillex drums. Everybody knows the Eric Prada clap. You know what I mean? Like taking your time to design these things, and just even when a synth designing, you're actually just taking elements of other things and doing some shelving and moving things around and making your own is really really something that helps make you stand out as a producer, I think. There's also, if I don't know if you can do this on stream, Rob, but if you just solo the percussion and the snares and stuff on the drop, just that alone, the energy that was brought from just doing that sort of those patterns, that sort of syncopation with those particular drums in that particular order, there's just so much energy there before you even need to think about synths or bass or vocal chops or anything. Just getting your groove right with your drums is a huge starting position. I think Alan really nailed it on the head here. Right. As well.
So I just I've just expanded out the kicks. I kind of want to hear these myself. I haven't actually examined the project myself, so it's kind of fun just going in when you're.
Yeah, I mean, I would highly suggest you checking out the kicks for the intro and the kicks for the drop, and then just the percussion for the drop to show people. I mean, what I'm really talking about here in terms of craftsmanship and setting the groove, if you will.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just loop the first kick then, and I'll just bring the different layers in and out so we can hear them. That's the kick on the intro. Then you can hear three layers going on. Now let's check out the drop. Looks like we've got so yeah, on this one we got a real kind of compressed, just top end transient-y bit, and then there's what looks like two different subs. And the percussion just below.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of channels of percussion there,
yeah,
Rob. So
like
I mean, you might not be able to get them all, but
let's just solo a few. Yeah, heavy. Got it really loud in my headphones as well. Like,
I mean, it's it's just incredible to a lot of people say start with the drums, and this is an example of he probably started with those drums. We're going to see the Loopcloud projects in a second here, but the track, the energy is already there before adding that bass and that screechy lead synth. You know what I mean? And I can't do that well. So big ups to Alan once again. And someone in the chat actually mentioned Big Kick, and I'm gonna have to get Alan a copy of Big Kick to see what he can do with it, because if he's essentially using Big Kick without the Big Kick right now, but I think Big Kick could help him go, the next level maybe.
You can also do just to butt in on the kick side of things. I've done quite a few Loopcloud tutorials last year for our members, and one of them was to take the tracks in the multiplayer and create like a session file that was essentially a kick design template. So you've got your sub and your mids and your tops, and then you can just load up that session file, switch out the samples, and redesign a kick using Loopcloud. So it's a great way of using it, or just one of the many great ways of using it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'd like to check out that video if you want to send me the link. But yeah, that's just one of the many uses of Loopcloud for sure. And speaking of drums, there's Loopcloud Drum now with the randomized feature, which I'm an absolute fan of. So Loopcloud is definitely a big tool, percussion or otherwise. There's just really one other element I want to point out inside of Alan's project, and that is the vocal effect just before the drop. If you want to go ahead and play that sort of where he transposes the vocal down and then it goes into the drop, if you just want to play that real quick.
I love that. It was sort of like a formant shift, but with a bit of kind of robotic vocoding or something. It was really nice. Let's check it out.
Let's get down to business.
Yeah. With the the distorted kind of guitar-y kind of a synth sound coming in at the end there as well. That's just a perfect little mix.
No, but this is the thing, Rob, and this is actually what I want to point out that's the vocal. Yes.
Nice.
And I try to hit on this all the time in the streams we do. I hit it on a lot of my video content. Is you can use elements of your track to do other things, and especially effects. That sort of like big synthy hit there is actually the vocal ran through an amplifier with reverb, and then there's that same thing duplicated but pitched up an octave. And even though it doesn't sound like the vocal, like your brain still processes it that it fits well in the track. It doesn't feel out of place. It feels like it's exactly there in the exact right moment. And a lot of that has to do with the processing and the fact that it is an actual element that's already present in the track. It's just been manipulated and processed to sound like something different. And it's a really great way to get cohesiveness in your track. You don't need to go and get Impact 04 when you can take a piece of that vocal and process it, and you know what I mean, and do things like that and make something that's truly incredible on your own. No offense to Impact 04. It's my go-to, but I'm just saying you don't need to do that every time.
Was it done with inside Loopcloud using the granular stretcher, do you know, or was it done?
No, it's automation right inside of Live. I'm pretty sure it's just a transpose function over down an octave over a little bit of time.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So I mean, it's again, it's just Alan always goes in on doing things and doing them right, and just a great job, Alan. I don't know if you're in the chat, but great job. I think we should check out Alan's intro Loopcloud project next. And while you're loading that up, Rob, I'm going to go ahead and give away 500 more Loopcloud points to one lucky winner who is active in the chat. So make your voice heard, hit the like button, and Rob is going to pull up Loopcloud so we can show you how Alan got started making this remix.
Here we go. You want to play the session? Oh, I've gone really back to the future-y. I look like my existence. I'm going out of existence here.
What do you mean?
I think it's my green screen. The filter is like it's gone a bit mad. I haven't changed my lighting or anything, but I'm like really, really noisy, and you can probably see bits of Loopcloud through my head.
Through your hair. It looks like you might be losing your hair, buddy. Me too, though. It's all right. It's all right.
That's definitely happening.
Yeah, there's no doubt. So yeah, man, if you want to go ahead and run that project, and then I guess we'll come back and talk about it.
That's it. That's the loop from the intro bit. Yeah, I absolutely love that intro bit. It's got another kind of deep sub over it, hasn't it? But apart from that, I guess, and the vocal, that's kind of all the elements.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear that the overall idea was sculpted in Loopcloud. And this is kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about these two Loopcloud projects, because it's real world. We've been doing a bunch of Loopcloud competitions on the Loopcloud YouTube channel. By the way, if you're not subscribed over there, you should be. We're going to be doing a lot of these, so definitely be a part of that to win good prizes and just be a part of that community. But the way Alan would have done this and the way I would have done it is I would have had my vocal in Ableton Live or whatever DAW I was using at the time, and then I would have linked Loopcloud to that DAW, and then I would have started sculpting my idea in Loopcloud. And it's just a really quick and easy way to get some great results, and he's done it here. And then he's exported those samples, either, I don't know if he used the processed or the originals, into Ableton Live. And then from there, inside of his DAW of preference, in this case Live, just sculpted the idea and put the polish on and did the processing and everything you wanted. But as I said in the beginning of the video, the actual Ableton Live project is just samples, and samples being processed and edited, and that's it. And it's a phenomenal track. And yeah, that first part, instant. It's like one of those instantly just vibe tracks. Yeah. It's kind of got like the it reminds me of that track that Skrillex and Kanye just did recently. I forget the name of it, but it's got that deep kind of like 3-step bass vibe that's just really catchy and instantly just a groove. And to see where he went with it, you know, there's an anticipation there, like, where is this going to go? And I mean, I think he really, hit the nail on the head when he did it. But I don't know if you have any other notes. I mean, I think there was on the first percussion, he put the grain stretch plugin on, which again is just one of my favorite Loopcloud plugins inside of Loopcloud. And when it's used correctly and used not too much, I think it really adds a bunch of shine to stuff. I don't know if you can perhaps solo that and show people what I'm talking about.
I don't see grain stretch in this one. Is that not in the drop one, maybe?
That might be in the drop one then.
Yeah. Shall I load that one up, or?
I think people are saying that your mic might be too low.
Oh, sorry guys. Oh, you know what? It is. I realized the gain dial was down, and I forgot to turn it back up. How about that? Is that better?
50,000 watts of power, bro. Let us know in the chat if that sounded better. Let me know if I'm sounding okay.
It's looking better. It's looking better meter wise. Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Nice.
Fortunately, Josh does most of the talking, so I just mumble away in the background.
I don't know how fortunate that is. I mean, that's up for debate.
I think it's fortunate.
Another point I wanted to hit on, Rob, and you can actually go ahead and pull up the drop project while I'm talking here. Again, talking is what I do, guys. So there are over 4 million sounds in Loopcloud, and I've said it before on stream. You're gonna find whatever you want inside of there, and 4 million can seem overwhelming, but there's a fabulous filtering system. There's searching. There's browsing. It's really easy to navigate and find what you're looking for. The next version of Loopcloud 6 is coming out soon. It's going to give you even more tools to find exactly what you're looking for. But you can look at it like digging for the samples in the crates at an old record store. You know what I mean? DJ Premier would go in and he'd spend all day looking for that one sample. It's that, just digital, and you can do it much faster now. You know what I mean? And you can look at it like that. So don't be overwhelmed with the figure of over 4 million, because it's really easy to find what you're looking for inside of Loopcloud, and there is what you want in there if you have any idea, or you can just start throwing things together and get something that way too. And the weirder you get with the search, the fewer samples you're going to find. So when you search for like drum and bass loops, you might go, there's 18,000. What? But if you search for some really obscure instrument, it gets it down to a much more manageable amount. But it's amazing they have that kind of crazy range. Gives you so much to choose from. Rob, they're saying now you're too loud.
I'm too loud now. Oh, great.
About 2 decibels too loud. I don't know how nitpicky they need to be, but just turn it down just a tad.
All right. Okay.
Mic check, 1 2. Mic check, 1 2.
Testing.
You know what? Since we've had to adjust the microphone twice, let's go ahead and do a double giveaway right now. 2 winners right now active in the chat. 2 people who say the mic sounds perfect, levels are great. Whoever says that the most and hits the like button, we're going to give away 500 Loopcloud points and a copy of Bassmaster from Loopmaster, which is a phenomenal bass instrument. So 2 people are going to win right now if you're active in the chat and let us know how awesome the mic levels are at this point in time. But Rob, I mean, you sound great to me. I mean,
yeah,
your mic in my ear sounds fantastic. I don't even know.
I may not be using the same one. Who knows? There's like 15 microphones here, about 60 monitors, 2 or 3 cameras at least.
True techno guy, true techno over there.
That's why I've got so many of your face. I can see your face in several places. Mine's only in a couple. But that's why people notice I do this a lot.
Rob, if you could see the chat now, people are letting you know that your mic is at the perfect level.
Nice.
It doesn't get any better than it is right now.
Perfect.
So did you have time to load up the drop?
I did. Let's switch.
Let's go ahead and play that and let people hear it.
All the elements are there. Which one? And you want me? I'll solo the first one. Is that the one that had the grain?
I believe. Am I correct?
Ah, yeah.
It's just to add that flavor. It's not overused. You need to be careful. People need to be careful. Not you personally, Rob. Just people need to be careful about going too overboard with stuff. Processing grain effects, glitch effects, these things sound great, but if you use them too much, then it's more of a gimmick than like doing what needs to be done to make something sound great. Yeah. So no, it's great to have the tool and use it when needed and when it works, but don't use it just because you want to use it. Use it when it's needs to be used, I would say. Yeah. But again, you can clearly hear the idea here, and it's been spruced up and amplified in Ableton Live. But I mean, again, and this is something else that I want to point out right now. These are actually 2 separate Loopcloud files, and if you're using Loopcloud this much on a project, and hopefully you are, you can do this too, and you might want to, and you just save the Loopcloud session file. Once you use up your 8 tracks, save that session file as the project name you're working on, and open a new instance of Loopcloud and fill up the tracks again. You can always import those sounds, but having the Loopcloud session file original state to go back to maybe change more if you need to, or pitch shift, or do whatever you want. Maybe use some of the built-in effects, the grain stretch plugin, for example. Saving the file, just like you would save your project in your DAW, is something you really want to start doing as you begin to use Loopcloud more and more. It's just another great feature that is available, and you should be using if you're using Loopcloud as much as I am, or Alan, or Rob. But yeah, faux show. And that's pretty much it. We just wanted to show you that remix because we thought it was really great to kind of give you inspiration on what you might be able to do with yours. Obviously, that remix is very far removed from the original beyond the vocal, right? So what's going on, Rob?
I was just concerned my dog might be scratching at the door. If you do hear any it's my dog.
I don't.
My wife's downstairs, so he may be on his own out there. I don't know if she's taking him downstairs. This is a lot of information about my dog, but anyway, he may scratch on the door at some point. If you can hear him, tell me, and I'll just.
I can't hear him, so I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be all right. But yeah, again, we just wanted to showcase how someone would use Loopcloud in a real-world situation, and specifically how to use it to build your remix for the Tiësto remix challenge. And beyond the vocal, everything else was pretty much pulled from Loopcloud in some way, and it really just knocked it out of the park. But we don't want to dwell too much here because we have more demos. As I said at the beginning, Plugin Boutique is going to be contributing a prize bundle to the contest, which is going to be Scalar to Bassmaster, KHORDS, Carbon Electra, and then the Applied Acoustic Systems bundle, the physical
bundle,
modeling bundle. Yeah, it's a 500. Just that is $500. All the plugins total is over 1,000. I believe it's 1,200 somewhere in there. But the physical modeling bundle, which includes Chromophone, which is their brand new instrument, which you're actually, I believe, are going to be demoing. It's going to include Avenger, which is a massive synthesizer, and Phase Plant, which is another massive synthesizer. And Rob is actually going to be doing a demo on Phase Plant, KHORDS, maybe a little showcase about Bassmaster, as he did use it in the project, I believe, Avenger, and Chromophone. So you're going to get a taste of at least 4 of these plugins that are coming up in the prize pool, or just plugins that should be on your radar if they're not already. So Rob, if you're ready, I suppose we can let you take over and show people your remix and just what you've done to get started.
Let's do it. All right, man. I'll catch you in a bit.
Yep.
So here's the project I put together earlier on. As I said at the start, all I did was drag in the vocal stem, and I was surprised to see when I dragged it in that it was already in time, because the song, or the original stems, are actually at 120 BPM, which is the default tempo of a project. So all I've done with this one though is I've upped it to 124. So I warped it and upped it to 124. And then I just found the bit that I wanted to use, which is this section here, and I just based a little intro around it. And then I took a small section of the vocal here, just a couple of beats of it, to loop around the main drop, which is here. And like I said, I used Chromophone, KHORDS, Bassmaster, Phase Plant, and Avenger to do all of the instrumental sounds, while Loopcloud is providing, or was providing when I searched for them, all of the drums and FX. So let's take a little listen.
Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Yeah. Back and forth, 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 back and forth. Let's get down to business. Back and forth, 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 back and forth. Let's get down to business. Back and forth, 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 back and forth. Let's get down to business. Back and forth, 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 back and forth. Let's get down to business. Let's get down to business.
So yeah, it's kind of bare bones at the moment, and you should know that the instruments don't have any additional processing on at all, apart from the few well, obviously they've got a few onboard effects that we'll look at, but I've literally just left them as is, so you can hear them in their, you know, full kind of clarity. So we're going to start off with Phase Plant, which I've used for the main bass line. Let's just have a little listen to that. So you can hear kind of a nice snarling kind of neuro-y bass. And if I come down here now to the instruments, so I can just take a look at them. So here's just a default instance now. And I think going into the browser here, all I did is I went to the bass hard category and I just searched through a few of the different kind of Reese sounds in here, and there are some really awesome ones. Is it turned on? I haven't turned it on. Really like that one, nice and fuzzy. And I think I used this one. Might have been that one, but you can hear that one's got a lot of kind of movement in, and that's what I was after. I was after something that kind of had a nice transient, but kind of swept around a little bit, so it would kind of sweep into beats. And if we just have a look at that, doing these kind of synth demos in like 2 minutes is pretty much impossible. but I can give you a really quick rundown. I could spend ages on this because honestly, it is really awesome. And I know when you first get it, you might think, well, you know, you've got your sound generators, you've got your effects, you've got your modulators. You know, I've seen it on many other synths before. But with this one, you get, it's basically completely modular. So this sound generator section is completely configurable to any way you want, and you can add up to 32 different modules. So all of these little blocks here are modules. Some of them are sound generators, some of them are kind of more like utilities, and you've even got a couple of effects in here. So with this sound, you can see we've got this one group at the top here, which has got a couple of oscillators in, or a wavetable one at the top, another one down here, which has got a sampler in, and the out, and then these ones are creating separate streams coming out of the out here, which are going to lane 1, which is this first kind of effects section here. So you've got 3 different lanes for effects, and then you can add anything from this range here. Now this is dependent on what you own with KHORDS, because these are all purchasable. 6 of them come for free, I think, but then others you'd have to purchase if you wanted the full range. So you can see here with this preset, you can't edit it if you don't own it, but you can still obviously hear it doing what it's doing. So just quickly then, I'll just go new, and then just show you kind of how you set up things in the oscillators area. I think it's just worth quickly showing, just so you can see how customizable it is. So I'm going to just make a basic Reese myself here. Obviously this is just a standard kind of oscillator section, unison voices and so on. So if I turn that on, bring down the voices to 2, and then turn up the detune. Let's play a lower octave. You've got a basic kind of Reese sound there. If I wanted to, I could layer it up now with another sound. So then you just click on the space there, you can see, and then it shows you what else is available. You've got noise generator, sampler, wavetable. So I could add a sampler, say, and we don't actually hear it when it's down here. I have to drag it up into that section. And now you can see its output is combining with the output from the oscillator going into the output section, and then their combined output is going out. So then I can just load up a sample of some kind. Just loading up there. Takes a little longer when I'm streaming. And we can adjust it by harmonic as well, which is a really nice feature, especially when you're modulating. And like I said, you've also got processes in here like distortion. Let's drag that up. So now this distortion is going to be processing the sound from both of these. And then, yeah, that's kind of like one group. And then we'll just turn this off for a minute. I could start a whole new group. This is only using what, like 4 modules. So I start a whole new group here with some different things like maybe wavetable. Actually, no, let's get rid of that. Sorry. Start a whole new group. So to do that, you create a group module, and then you add whatever you want. So like wavetable, and then you add an output module as well. And that gives you your second layer that you can do all the same things I was doing up here. So add different effects, add different sound generators. Let's have a look at the wavetable then. Just click on that. I knew I'd spend ages on this one. I've got to get through them all. But this one I just thought it's worth spending a little more time on, mainly because I just got really excited about it when I got it. And I think it's got some really, really nice features, as you can probably see. Let's see with maybe evolving or growls. Let's go with evolving and maybe glange. Let's try that. Nice wavetable-y sounds. Modulators I'll quickly show you down the bottom. Let's add an LFO, click the plus, click the frame there, which is the wavetable position, and just turn up the amount. Lastly, should I just quickly show modulation? How you modulate? I think it's worth showing. It's very cool. So you just have to add a module down here, analog, and then let's set it to sine wave, And you see, because it's out of the group, or rather it's past this little output module here, you don't see any output signal coming out of it, but instead you can just click on the plus and use its output to modulate something. So you can use it to modulate the tuning, say the semi-tone setting, or like the phase. Which is very cool. And then of course you can keep modulating things, like you can add an envelope and use the output of that to modulate the level of the modulator there, so you can see that its effect coming in and out, but of course the envelope will do that automatically for us. Anyway, quick lesson on kind of just the versatility of this section there. You can see now you've got your two groups again. You could just route one to lane 1 over here to these effects. You could route the other one to lane 2, and you've got your own little effects lanes then for each one of these layers, and then you could even route both of those to lane 3 afterwards, and add some master effects to the whole combined lot. Yeah, really quick, super quick rundown there, but that's Phase Plant. I'm not going to spend so long on chords. I just thought it was worth just giving you a little bonus extra kind of look at that, because it really is a really sexy generator section. So we're going to move on to chords then, and with chords I've just used it in my intro section here. Really lovely sound, and it comes back in this kind of second half of the drop. There's more of like a lead sound, just little touches, and then it goes up the octave. So let's go down to chords then. Solo that one now. Yeah, here's chords. It's basically like a multi-sampler, if you like. It's got two separate layers. So you've got this upper layer here, and then the lower one down the bottom, and then you've also got a master section below with things like effects and stuff like that. So let's just play a higher note now. There you go. Yeah, if I adjust the levels here, you can hear got like a bass layer down the bottom there, and then up the top we have our chords. So not all of them have, you know, traditional chords. Some of the presets have, you know, more complex sounds. There's all sorts in here. Trumpet, different choirs. So let's turn this one down for a minute. So yeah, all sorts of different kinds of sounds in there. What I really like is it's also categorized by major feel and minor feel, which is a really nice feature there. So if you want to have a, you know, sustained pad sound going through your intro, you can choose whether you want it to be nice and jolly and major, or kind of moodier and and minor. With regards to the kind of options you've got here, you can mess around with the stretching. No, mess around with the stretching to change the like timbre with the formant, or add kind of time stretching stuff with the speed dial, which is cool. You've got your amplitude envelope there. Make it nice and brief, maybe create a little transient and have the other one more sustained. You've got your filtering, where you can add an envelope as well here. And there's also an LFO. So yeah, and exactly the same kind of manipulation for the layer below as well. So loads of different options there. If I just play through a few of the different pads, because I didn't have to get very far down the list until I found the one I wanted, which is this creamed one. every one of them is just really, really lush. And it really is a testament to the instrument and also the Loopmasters library, that they can kind of have this huge pool of sounds to kind of combine together into these really, really lush, awesome presets. So yeah, it didn't take very long to find the perfect sound that I wanted in my intro there. Yeah, so that's chords. You got 3 master effects as well that you can route in any configuration you want, and then do mappings to your mod wheel here and all that kind of thing. So yeah, another really, really nice instrument. I believe we're going to be jumping back to give away some more points. Is that right, Josh?
No, Rob, you're absolutely incorrect.
Really? For real?
Because we're going to give away a copy of Chords instead.
Oh, wow, even better. Awesome.
Wonderful. So the people who are saying they loved it and they want it, now is your time. All you need to do is be active in the chat as usual and hit the like button. And whoever unliked the video or disliked the video, those 2 people need to remove those dislikes, or we're not giving anything away. We've had this issue before, Rob, where 1 or 2 people go rogue, decided it'd be funny. But yeah, Rob, I mean, I dug the project that you've started there. It sounds really good. Again, it sounds very different from the original, which is, you know, something that remix competitions are usually judged on, originality. So, man, maybe you could win, Rob, if you flesh it out.
It's a good prize pool. I'm tempted.
Yeah. Just shut down work. Shut down producer tech.
Yeah.
Forget the new courses. I know you got like 12 new courses on the way, but just shut it down and focus on the remix contest, because we want to hear the final product. What you do? You actually just told me you were working on some new courses for producer tech. What are you working on?
There's a few. I'm doing the DJ app actually right now. The Beatport one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oof.
So like a total beginner's entry level kind of one for someone who just wants to get into DJing, but also an advanced one for the more advanced features if you want to learn the software fully. And it really is a comprehensive app. I mean, I think you joined me for my DJ set last Friday.
I was in there for a little bit. You were playing the Berlin coffee shop vibes when I was there. You were doing great, dude.
Thanks. Yeah, that was a kind of a new format where I wanted to make it look a bit more like a tutorial essentially, but also whilst doing a DJ mix. So it's kind of a combination of a tutorial, like a radio mix, and a sort of DJ live stream all kind of combined. So yeah, so there's those courses, Loopcloud courses on the way, and Ableton Live Advanced. Yeah, so Ableton Live Advanced is obviously a really meaty one. That's going to be who knows how many hours. The beginner's course I did last year was 10 hours, so I'd expect at least that for the advanced one as well.
Nice.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a lot of new content coming out. I might need your help with the Beatport DJ app, because I need help with my playlists.
Oh yeah,
I need help organizing my playlist, because there's a cool feature where you can import your Spotify playlist into the Beatport DJ app. So if you already have playlists over there, you can just import it. And I believe it'll even find some of the extended mixes. I'm not quite sure how it works, but I mean, it was a huge plus for me to be like just a few clicks to import that playlist instead of me having to go through and re-find all of those tunes and put them through it. So I mean, just that alone, I was already blown away. Never mind the fact that you can actually DJ a legit DJ controller inside of your Chrome browser.
Yeah, I know.
That's insane. You don't have to download an application. You just literally do it in the Chrome browser. That's next level, man.
It's going to take over after parties. It's just going to become an after party standard.
It's got the auto mix. It's literally got the auto mix feature.
Yeah.
One of the first things I'm going to do when I have a few moments is make a set that use it with, if you just hit auto mix, it will actually be perfect. That you'll just hit play, hit auto mix, and it'll actually play an entire DJ set, and you have to do nothing.
Yeah, like
that is. Oh man, technology's so dope. So good, dude. So good.
The world we live in.
Yes. But I mean, I won't take up too much of your time, Rob. I'm going to let you go ahead and demo the next 2 plugins. And when you come back, we're going to give away some more stuff. We're going to wrap up the stream. In the meantime, if you guys have any questions about the remix contest or any questions about these wonderful plugins Rob is demoing now, put them in the chat, and Simon's going to send those along to me, and we'll try to wrap those up and get those answered at the end of the stream when we're doing our little sign off. But Rob, I'll leave it with you now to demo Chromophone and Avenger.
Thanks, man. I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, Chromophone. Chromophone I used for the main instrumental sound right at the beginning. Let's just have a quick play of it first.
Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights.
So this is actually the harmony of the original, and it's really easy to regenerate it in Ableton. So I thought I'd just show you basically how you do that, because there's a new feature in Live 11 that was one of my favorite features. So let's move down to this track here where we've got Chromophone. I'm just going to get rid of that now, and just going to create a 4-bar MIDI clip. No, apparently I'm not. Let's drag it out. Keyboard shortcut's not working. Let's just set it here instead. There we go. And yeah, and now what you can do in Live 11 is that you can, let's just get me out of the way one sec. You can choose a scale down here, the bottom corner. In this case, G sharp or A flat minor. And then you've got this new scale button here, which folds the piano roll. So it basically loses all of the notes that are outside of the scale. Which now means you can see you've got your G sharp there to there. That's your octave. So these bigger blue notes are showing the first note in the scale. And then all other notes are the notes in between. So to create a minor triad now, you know, the root chord of the whole scale or the song, you just have to click on notes 1, 3, and 5. You don't have to worry any more about the theory. That's all you have to know. And if we now just solo this, turn this on, open it up for a minute. There we have it. That's it playing its default patch, Glassy. We'll play around with this sound in a moment. I'll just show you how the harmony goes, then extend these out for 2 beats. Actually, I'll do it in a minute. Just turn that off for a minute. So we got first chord rather, there, and the next chord goes down to here, and the next chord goes down to here, and that's it. So you can hear in the song, you can hear the harmony shifting down, do, 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 and then it just goes back up again. Do, do, do. That's the harmony. And you might think, oh, well, that's simple enough. What's happened there? But if you unfold it, and we look at all of the notes, the chords are actually changing. So this is a minor triad here, and then it goes major and major because the third shifts up a semitone. Now you'd have to know that. You'd have to know how the harmony's working if you didn't have this scale option there. Whereas if you know that all the notes just stay in the key of the song, then they're just going to move, you know, up and down in this way. So you're not going to have to worry about intervals and anything more really. So yeah, very, very cool feature there, and obviously it's great for creating melodies as well as chords and stuff. So let's go over to Chromophone now. And with Chromophone, it's a really great instrument for adding these sorts of acoustic-y sounds, which actually normally I'd maybe turn to samplers for, which is the interesting thing about Chromophone. It's not a sample-based thing. It's like a synth engine, but it's done so well it creates all these really like realistic sounding, you know, vibraphones, marimbas, and even synth sounds and all kinds of stuff like that. And the key to it is these resonators, which is why they're so massive here on the kind of home screen. So you've got two layers to this sound, layer A and layer B, and they have the two separate level controls, and then they show you images of the resonators, which are the things that actually really generate all of the sound. And if you go into the editor and you click on the synth tab on the different layers here, which you can turn on and off with the power switches, you can see the resonators at the end there, and you can set them to drum heads, membranes, plates, closed tube, open tube, all sorts of stuff. And you know, if you take them off the sound, you'll frequently just hear little bursts of noise, because without the resonators, it's just like little pops and and mallet sounds often. So the resonators are creating all of the tonal quality and all of the body of the sounds. So if we go to categories here, all I did was I went to the arpeggiated sounds, because I've got these nice sustained chords here, and they're down in performances, and I just chose, scroll through a few of them to find a suitable one really. So I'll go down to the bottom of the list. Top of the list always gets more play, probably. Loads of different kinds of sounds there. I think I went with Octave Magician. Yeah, really nice. And yeah, each one of these presets has the macro controls set up to adjust timbre and envelope and all sorts of things like that, so you can get in and, you know, adjust the sounds. So yeah, that's all. I didn't do anything to the sound yet.
Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights.
And yeah, just decided to simplify the harmony rather than rolling it over to this section as well.
Million nights just like this. So let's get down to business.
Could have done that, but I kind of preferred the sound of simplifying it going into chords afterwards.
Million nights just like this.
So that's just basically extending that first chord, that G sharp minor chord, throughout that whole section. Oh, and there is a Bassmaster sub following those lowest notes in the chord with chromophone, just to give it a nice bassy hit. I'm not going to go into Bassmaster now, but it's another great instrument, one of the ones that's in the prize package, and yeah, really nice for getting those instant sort of subby patches that are brilliant for layering underneath things. Yeah, so that's chromophone, and then we've just got the last instrument now, which is another, well, I'm using it to create the other main bass sound. In this case, it's only creating a sort of donk at the start of the phrase. And if you hear that, well, if you hear the bass line without it and with, let's say, the kick, so it's just a little empty on that beginning hit, and obviously the first part of the phrase needs a lot more impact. So it adds that extra impact, that extra transient and brightness. Yeah. So going into Avenger, this is another absolutely humongous synth that I couldn't possibly do any kind of justice to, and it's another one in 2 minutes. I mean, sorry, finish that sentence. I think all I did for this one is I just went to bass and, yeah, Big Sinker, that was the one, I think. Let's just try it out. You can hear some absolutely massive sounds. It's got superb presets across the board here. Amazing kind of stabs, and all sorts of just instantly usable presets. So this big sinker, up an octave.
Hey, Rob, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You're muted in Skype. I just want to let you know.
I'm muted in Skype. So, oh, okay.
Yeah, your microphone isn't on in Skype, so I can't hear you.
Oh, is that better?
Yeah, I just
Okay.
didn't want you to bring me back on and
you
me
be like,
not
"What
know
the
it
hell's
for 10
going on?"
seconds.
No worries, man.
All right, man. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. So, yeah, so that's the sound. And I've done absolutely nothing to it. You know, sometimes with synth presets, I tend to go through and just remove loads of the effects and process it yourself in the DAW. But with a lot of these, I think I'd probably just keep the effects that are on there because they sound so great. Pretty sure I'd do that with this one. And just like with Phase Plant, the sound generators section is very comprehensive. This one goes, you know, possibly even further in that you've got, if I click the plus switch here, the ability to add 8 separate sound generators, each with all, you know, all this stuff going on each one, and every one of those can be set to wavetable mode, sampling, granular. You've even got the ability to not only import wavetables, but you can actually draw your own as well, which is very cool. But then combined with all of this, we have a drums section as well, where you can load up different drum kits and then sequence them as well. So, I mean, the best thing really is just to show you some of the sequences from the factory library, because it'll be the quickest way to go about it. So if we go to the sequences category and scroll down to some of these trap ones, that's just me holding down a G sharp there. You can hear it's creating all of those layers there, with the, you know, the kick, the subby kick, a brassy stab there, crowd noises, and then 2 kind of fill sounds, I think, and then at the end, of course, the drums. And this is all made possible using the different sequences down the bottom. So you've got the drum sequencer, this is where all the drum noises are being sequenced. You've got step sequencer, sequencing your bass lines and your ARPs and all that kind of thing. You know, a separate ARP as well. And then very comprehensive modulation envelopes and stuff. So there's so much power to this instrument, and really instantly usable presets, and a big range of them with loads of packs you can buy on top if you want to expand the collection. So it's a huge beast of a synth, and one that I use a lot in my production. So that is all of the instruments I'm going to cover. So let's bring Josh back in. How you doing, man?
I'm back.
You're back. Yeah.
Yes. Lots of great synthesizers that you've just demoed here that people could win if they win that remix competition.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them are phenomenal for their own reasons, which is really cool. And I mean, I dig it. I think Phase Plant, as you said, modulation wise is insane. Control wise, sound design wise is insane. Avenger is a DAW that lives inside of your DAW. It's insane. The list of features in Avenger is a book, and it's just the headlines, never mind the chapters about how to use it or what it does. Like, just the list of features in that plugin is insane.
Not a bad manual.
Chromophone.
Not a bad manual.
Okay.
Not a bad manual, actually, as well. Of all the manuals I've read, and there've been many, I seem to remember the Avenger one being quite good.
Comprehensive as it were. And the Chromophone, Applied Acoustic System uses patented technology for physical modeling. So it, like you were saying, it is a synth, but it sounds like it's not. And I mean, that's what they went for. That's what they focused on, and they really knocked it out of the park, especially chromophone. If you're into like island tropical flavored stuff, mallet stuff, the sounds that come out of that are just so delicious. It's unreal. You know, and we've been good friends with AAS for a while, Applied Acoustic Systems for those that don't know. Just last month we gave away their object delay plugin. Some people in the chat saying they missed it. Subscribe to the channel. We give away stuff all the time. We always do giveaways on the live streams. We got videos posted, you know, weekly about new stuff, updated stuff. So be subscribed if you're not. I mean, don't miss out. We also do stuff on the Loopcloud channel too. We just gave away the entire physical modeling bundle for a remix competition that we did on the Loopcloud channel for a Loopcloud competition. So be subscribed over there is another way to get stuff for free. Obviously, you know, giving money to these people is a good idea because they've just created stuff that's transformative in people's lives and just next level. But if you can't afford it, I get it. You know what I mean? But be a part of a remix contest, and perhaps you'll get an entire bundle of Applied Acoustic System stuff for essentially free, just for making a hot track that you can then go do whatever you want with. So for those people who are still around, definitely, I mean, subscribe to both channels, hit the bell. You know what to do. It's 2021 at this point, Rob. I hate saying subscribe, but I mean, people need you to say it for some reason. I don't know.
Like and subscribe.
But thank you. Yeah. Like, subscribe, comment, period. Can we get it out of the way? I'm going to make a YouTube channel called Like, Subscribe, Comment. That's going to be the name of it. So I can say, hey, what's up? Welcome back to Like, Subscribe, Comment. And you know what I mean? Just get it all out of the way in the intro of the video. But anyway, great demos. They're all very comprehensive plugins. So obviously we don't have enough time. We're already, an hour and 15 minutes into the stream. So definitely check out the videos that I've posted on the channel about all of them. You know, and other videos on YouTube will give you more of an insight to what they can do, but they're all fantastic, and you should definitely have them. We're going to be wrapping up here. If you have any questions about anything that we've covered in the live stream, put it in the chat now, and also get active in the chat because I'm going to give away 500 points to 2 people right now. Not just one, but 2 people. You're going to get 500 points, so get active in the chat right now. And while people are doing that and hitting that like button, I'm going to go ahead and let everybody know for April on the Plugin Boutique channel, we've got a bunch of really big live streams coming up. April is going to be a month where we focus on music for films and video games. So if that's something that you're interested in, we've got a lot of big names coming through. We've got the people who did the trailer for Thor, Spider-Man. Those are the big ones that I remember right now. But Grammy winners, we've got people who have been nominated for Grammys. We've got people who have 5 times platinum selling records. We've got some huge talent who have given us the opportunity to pick their brain about how to approach the music business for film and for trailers, and to even make tracks that get placements in films or TV. So if you're making music, you don't have to make music specifically for the score, but sometimes your tracks get featured in stuff. And like, we're going to talk about how that gets done, the back end of it, the front end of it, the whole process. You'll have your chance to ask the questions. We're going to do an open Q&A at the end of the stream, and we're looking to do those about every Tuesday. In the beginning of April, when I have everything locked down, I'll put a video here, and it'll be on the socials and the email lists about who's coming and what we're going to be talking about. But definitely, if you're subscribed, you'll be notified when we're going to be doing that. But definitely, I hope to see you all there. Cinematic sound design is something that I'm passionate about personally. Trailers in particular has been a dream of mine to be able to do one of those. So we've got the people who are doing it, and doing it for some of the biggest films that have ever been created. So definitely stick around for that. And it's looking like we got some people active in the chat. 2 people have been selected, but Rob, that is not all. We've saved one of the best. I mean, we love all plugins and all things equally, obviously, but we have saved Scalar 2 for the final giveaway.
Nice.
people who don't have Scalar 2 yet, you need it in your life, and now is your opportunity to get it. So just one last opportunity to A, post any questions that you have for us about today's stream, about the remix contest, and B, just be active, hit the like button because one of you is going to grab Scalar 2. Rob, is there anything you want to say while we're wrapping up?
I'm liking the fact that we're both wearing blue today.
Yeah, that's
it's good. I think we should try and be matching more often. It's nice.
I want a Loopcloud shirt with this material. This is an Adidas, not sponsored. But yeah, I see but yours looks super comfortable. But I like this because of where I am in the tropics. I need this super light material. Yours looks like thick cotton.
I guess it is kind of thick. It's Berlin thickness. Yeah,
it's the standard Berlin thickness. But yeah, man, love blue, love Loopcloud. So I'm gonna ask the powers that be to allow me to apply that logo to some different fabrics, and I'll print it out myself if I have to. Rob, I don't care at this point. I want some Loopcloud merch. I don't have enough of it in my life. But yeah, thanks for everybody who's around, whoever's stuck around. Thanks for everybody who's active in the chat. I see some familiar names in there.
Are we announcing the winners, or are you?
Yeah. I'm just going to check my phone right now, okay. Rob. I'm just going to make sure my friend Simon, who has been monitoring the chat, great guy, has sent me the list. And he hasn't, but I'm sure it's coming shortly. We're just missing the person who won Scalar 2.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I forget there's like a almost 30-second delay. It's always like that on the live streams, on the member live streams we do. I'm like, let me know, guys, what do you think about this? And then I have to fill a 30-second gap while I'm waiting for people to actually answer my question.
Okay, I've got it. Here we go. Winners of the Loopcloud Points. gemxz, Tommy Carlsson, James Page, Wayne Enterprises. That's a great name. That's got to be copyrighted, man. You got to be careful out here on YouTube. And Fotek with an F, F-O-T-E-K. So that's gemxz, Tommy Carlsson, James Page, Wayne Enterprises, and Fotek. You are the winner of 500 Loopcloud points. Now, everybody, you 5 included, who are announced right now, you're going to email support@pluginboutique.com and say Tiësto remix stream winner. And the tech team over there will get you sorted out with whatever you've won. So you 5 say, I won 500 points, and you're going to need your Loopmasters or Loopcloud email to be able to put in there. So if you want to send that with the initial email, it will probably help you out and get those points into your account a little bit quicker. Next up, Bassmaster, Noors Music. You win Bassmaster, my friend. KHORDS, Dan Luteke. That's Dan, Luteke. Congratulations, you have won yourself a copy of the KHORDS instrument from Loopmasters. Both of those, Bassmaster and KHORDS, are produced by our team on the Loopmasters squad. A friend of mine who's the principal lead on that, Ollie, is a good friend, great guy, and he's done a phenomenal job with both of those instruments. And you were talking about having the quality samples to work with. Obviously, he's got Loopmasters has the biggest library on earth, and he's handpicked them and done a really good job at it, along with everything else available in those plugins. But last but not least, Scalar 2, which is an in-house plugin boutique project, obviously from David Carbone, good friend of mine. We have Jack Boyman. That's all one word, Jack Boyman. You have won yourself a copy of Scalar 2. So everybody, once again, contact support@pluginboutique.com. Say who you are. You're coming from the Tiësto Remix Contest live stream, and say what you've won, and probably your email that you use on pluginboutique.com or Loopcloud to get your free gifts for being a part of today's show. So that's pretty much it, Rob. Just one more thing. Definitely come by in April. We got a lot going on in April, in fact, not just the Film for Music stuff, but lots of live streams coming up. This is something we want to do more of, and hopefully you guys will be involved there as well. So as usual, Rob, thank you very much for hosting. You do a phenomenal job each and every time. Knocked it out of the park once again, even though you're kind of looks like you're fading off into nothingness on the stream with the. You can see through your
fading on this one?
Yeah, you can literally see through the top of your head. But you know what? I think it looks cool, Rob. I think it looks cool.
Well, I can fade myself out completely if you want me. I can just like.
I think that's called for at the end of the stream, so, right at the end. Just fade it out.
Just like.
Can you do it now?
I could do it. Yeah, like a Back to the Future style. Like, oh no, this is it.
Is it happening now?
It's happening.
I'm getting a little bit of delay, but I want to watch. I'm going to watch. I'm going to stick around. This is going to be the last. But while you're fading out, Rob, thank you so much for being involved. We love it to have you, and we love how great of a job you do. Thanks to everybody else that's still in the chat, everyone who has liked the video and helped us make this a success. I'm Joshua Casper, and Rob and I will see you in the next live stream, or just me or him. Who knows? It's coming soon, though.